Disc Golf World, this is the final round back nine of the 2023 Des Moines Challenge presented by Discraft, and that means we have a championship on the line. The wind is whipping out here at Pickard Park in Indianola, Iowa, and these players are trying to position themselves for maybe a chase card win or that podium. I'm Connor O'Reilly, joined in the booth by Holly Finley.
It's a super fun day out here at the course with the winds being 20 to 40 miles per hour. We have a really talented card for you to watch today, and the top 10 spots are just a couple strokes off from each other. So it should be anyone's game to move up into the top 10 as well as the top 5. But right now, Kristen Tatar looks to be on a birdie streak. Let's check out hole 10. It's a par 5 coming in at 785 feet, out of bounds on the left and right, all the way down the fairway, all the way around behind the basket. First shot needs to decide if you're going to be on the left or right of the fairway. The second shot should be somewhere near that big tree. Your third shot being a little shorter and more precise, taking into account the downhill slope, the out of bounds, and the wind. Landing in the circle and getting yourself a birdie putt for a 4. Paige Pierce up first, eyeballing that right side. Going around the outside, we've only seen one other player do that all weekend, Maria Oliva.
With the other disc in hand, too. A little old school style.
What a Patrick Brown move. Madison Walker up second. She opts for that bigger gap on the right side. It's the more common play I see amongst the players.
Just look at that wind, you guys. These bushes are getting smashed down.
Oh, and
Whoa.
Kat comes out of the hand a little early. Maybe she was trying to throw it really hard and got some crazy wind ground flare skip. That was too fun to watch.
Yeah, a little bonus 120 feet there for her.
Isn't it fun to play and win like this? It used to just give me the greatest of fear, and now that I learn how to choose the proper equipment, I find it extremely entertaining.
When you understand how to use the equipment and just how to hit the angles, it can be fun and kind of funny at times just to see what the wind will do to the discs. And you gotta take what comes with the wind. Sometimes you can't get too upset.
Everyone looking to get to the crest of the hill, and if you can get past the crest of the hill and near the tree or even past the tree, that is a primo second shot. Madison Walker and Paige Pierce are both safe in the fairways after their second shots.
Jen trusting it up over the out of bounds.
Oh no, and I swear that must be 2 inches from the line. And after such an incredible front nine, I hate to see Jen Allen send one out of bounds.
Kat looking to take advantage of that big skip off the tee. It's at the top of the hill, but it's going to be a difficult birdie from that position. Back to the standstill for Allen. Good height on this one to bring it back.
She's got it back in play.
Not a bad caddy to have there, Mr. Calvin Heimberg, world number 1 on MPO. I'd say he knows a thing or two about playing in the wind.
He knows a thing or two about a thing or two. Madison sends a shot to that back right corner, and it didn't look like it was hyzering a lot. It looked dangerous, and that's a red flag for her, out of bounds. And like I said earlier, the third shot is really the most precise shot.
I'm blaming Calvin.
Oh, Calvin, thanks a lot.
Cat chips up. Going to be a long bid, but definitely a runnable putt with that back slope.
Oh, no. Paige sends it right into the big tree. Ricochets to the left. Is she safe?
Looks to be safe.
Did you see Conrad? He didn't even flinch.
Yeah,
he didn't even flinch. What a pro.
Unflappable.
And all of a sudden, the wind just died. What a time to have a putt. That's what I love sometimes in the course. You've got just the lull in the wind, and you just have to fire, whether you're ready or not.
Yeah, this is one of those days you can do your routine, but if you all of a sudden you don't hear the wind for a second, you should probably go. And sometimes you wait, it kind of calms down, you can hear it coming in the background. You gotta just go now. Pig on the pitch up.
I saw that. Owen Scoggins actually putts with the pig if it is really, really strong winds.
Today was one of those days I thought I was fully preparing myself to do the same. Luckily didn't have to, but probably some scenarios where coulda.
That is a bogey for Madison Walker. K.Mertsch will walk away with a par. Jennifer Allen with a bogey. Paige Pierce with a par.
Hole 10 only gave up 3 birdies on the day.
Wow.
And hole 11 playing down in this low spot, and so kind of protected from the wind on this first shot a little bit, but it will be kind of coming through the gap on the headwind. If you can clear through these last little pinch point, you're gonna have a very easy approach. But just keeping it in the short grass off the tee is the most important thing here. Thick rough left or right, and a left to right slope to deal with on the green.
Paige Pierce up first, and that's moving left. That could pinch her off if it stays left. That's going to be a pitch out for par.
Cat hugging that right side, hits a limb, but fights to straight and stays in the short grass. Should be looking at the basket from there.
And Madison Walker doing a bit of a turnover shot. And she is also, look at this love. That's exactly what she needed, especially after that triple a couple holes ago.
Of course, said you're welcome. We see a lot of players catch this right side and just get knocked down. Luckily, didn't get sucked into the woods on the right, though.
Madison can get it to stick up there in the circle and get herself a birdie putt.
Oh yeah, lands it on the high side, which is what you ideally want to do coming into this green. Anything on the low side of the basket's just not really going to be able to climb the hill on the check roll.
Oh, and Kat sends hers a little too far in that left corner, clips that tree, and knocks down early. She'll have to settle for par here. It's a good pitch out from Paige. She actually could give that putt a long bit and maybe still have a birdie hop from there.
Back to that standstill for Jen, going maybe JK AVR or Yeti AVR.
She likes the Yetis. And Mertsch kind of saws that one off a bit, just like the previous shot. Luckily, it got up there, and she'll have a putt for par.
Yeah, she will be facing that headwind with a big drop off behind the basket, so it's going to be a mentally testy putt. And Paige, well deep. Circle 2, look back at it. This is a very steep slope. Misses on the cage, can roll right back at you.
Paige airballs that putt after sending her upshot out of bounds long beyond the circle. Mertsch unable to save her par, and she rolls long behind the basket on the circle's edge. This hole proving to be quite difficult for this card.
Yeah, slope on this green definitely adding some difficulty.
Oh, God.
Hey, we're watching this green. We do have some strokes right now.
This is just... Get it in there, please. All right. Paige Pierce going to take home a double here on the 11th. That's a vibe killer for sure.
It's kind of tricky because it's kind of a spot in this green where the wind's pulling down over the treetops. It's a little swirly.
Madison Walker. Did you see the way she smashed that birdie putt in there?
That was her first birdie of the round. A good pickup as the rest of the card having some troubles.
Cat jogs out those double bogey jitters. You hate to get a bad score on this hole. It's just such a simple birdie if you land anywhere near the middle, even if it's short. Let's take a look at hole 12, 260-foot downhill par 3 with a double mando. If you land out of bounds off of your tee shot, you must proceed to the to the drop zone, which is between the double mandos, throwing 3. Most players will throw something slower, a putter, a mid, off of the tee box, hoping to get up here and get themselves a birdie putt. If you land left under those bushes or trees you see, that could be an obstructed putt. You might have to go to a knee. Madison Walker up first. She's had trouble on this hole the past 2 days, and she has busted through and given herself a long birdie bid. I know she is pleased with that.
Yeah, hole 12 really tests that alignment, makes you throw a super straight shot, and tricks you into thinking you need to bend the disc to the right.
It does trick you into thinking that, and all you really need to do is throw straight downhill right at those rocks and punch up. And Paige Pierce sends her shot a little to the right side. It looks like she might have hit the tree and rolled right between the mando signs. Oh, and Mertsch kind of copies exactly what Paige Pierce does.
No.
Trickle, trickle, and she is just short of that mando tree on the left. Wow. She could still save par from here.
Goes to that pig, puts it on the high side. Gonna be a putt from the bushes, but...
She's also going to have those low limbs in front of her, I think.
Paige gives herself a clean look from 17 feet.
Madison Walker for birdie.
Oh,
Another inch, and that would have been in. Jennifer Allen unable to connect that birdie putt. It's not quite the same pizzazz we saw out of Jen on the front nine. And as I said, Mertsch, if you end up under those limbs, it's just really height restricted putt. She gave it a good bid, but she'll have to settle for a bogey here. And after a couple of putting woes on the previous hole, Paige is able to smash in her par putt, get some confidence back. Jennifer takes her time and gets her par putt to fall here on hole 12, as well as Madison Walker.
Yeah, this card's running out of opportunities to score birdies. It's a tough finishing stretch out here at Pickard. Gonna have to earn everything they get from this point on. Starting here on 13, this par 3 is 333 feet. A couple different options off this tee. All of them are going to be very skinny gaps. This one to the right of where the drone is flying is kind of the clean straight gap if you want to throw the backhand. That just drifts ever so slightly to the right. There are some wide forehands that get elected for here, but with the card we have, I'm expecting to see pretty much all backhand. See if anybody can give themselves a birdie look here.
Madison Walker up first.
She said, "Nope, you don't know my game, Connor."
And she goes around the left side, which is the most successful shot I've seen yet with a forehand, and that ends up right in the middle of the opening. Should be a fairly simple up and down for Madison Walker. Jennifer Allen opting for a backhand turnover.
She takes that wide gap and
What
wow.
a shot. What a shot. Jennifer Allen. That's exactly what I love to see here.
Even the good backhands we've seen kind of leak to circle's edge left side and not being able to hold the turn. Jen really snakes that one into the green.
And Paige Pierce, unable to hit that forehand with accuracy, clips a tree on the left side and ricochets to the right side of the fairway.
3 of 4 players taking forehand. I guess I'm just going to stop guessing what their plays are going to be.
I think this hole scares a lot of people, and they're just playing the most successful shot with the biggest route, which is that forehand play over on the left side.
Yeah, it makes sense. Definitely not a birdie that you feel like you need to really reach for.
No, a lot of just players are playing this, statistically the widest gap off the tee is over there on the left. And Paige Pierce, unable to get up and down, looks like she might have to play for yet another bogey.
Madison, long birdie look, just shy. For par.
Strong putt.
And Jennifer's backhand's probably the closest I've seen a backhand get put all weekend.
This is the most successful shot we have seen on coverage here on hole 13 out of Jennifer Allen. She'll take home an easy birdie.
One of only 2 on the day here on 13. Valerie Mondahano grabbing the other one.
Paige Pierce, bogey.
Jennifer, only player under par to this point.
Hole 14, what a fun hole this is. 606 feet, par 4. Off the tee, you've got some out of bounds once you get past the initial landing area. But if you land left or right too far in, you're going to have to pitch out and play the hole for par. Once you get over this out of bounds creek, you can send your upshot into the green, hopefully getting a birdie 3 chance. The tee shot needs to be low, it needs to be controlled. Really need to read the wind, push it on the right side, let the disc work its way back to the center of the fairway. Jennifer Allen looking to do just that.
Pushing those trees on the long side of the fairway, and that's a really nice drop down.
Yes, it is, in the short grass.
We saw this right to left wind really cause trouble on this hole. Hard not to finish on the left side of the fairway here.
Madison Walker, it is safe over there, but if you don't have the right angle, you're just going to have to chip a little hyzer over to a safe landing zone and play for 4.
Cat playing on that mid-range, I think maybe the J. And keeps it in the shortcut, but going to be pinched over there. Paige playing slow disc as well, but this looks heavy on the hyzer.
Heavy on the hyzer is right. Still in the short grass.
Madison looking to lay up and position herself for the par.
And Madison is allergic to all the oaks and ivies, so she takes a pretty significant amount of time to get in and out of the rough on holes like this. Paige Pierce being very aggressive with this shot. Does it get back in bounds? Let me see the flag. Let me see the flag. No, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. He's going to leave it to the card. If they put up the X like that, spotters choose to leave the decision to the card because it's too close to call.
Cat's looking not to cut roll into that same out of bounds.
That was ugly. It started out good and just hit that angle. And that one's for sure OB. And Madison, with a smart course management decision, does a calculated placement shot, and now she had a nice open middle shot up the fairway. She'll be able to putt for par.
Jennifer chips up into circle 1. She'll have a birdie look. Looked like maybe her and Kat were checking scores back there to see where they were shaping up.
And because no one could tell if the shot came back in bounds up here on the high side and then rolled out of bounds, Paige took it from the first place, or the last place that it was in bounds visually, which was down there by the bridge.
Little forehand polecat shot.
Jennifer Allen for birdie. And this is just not the same putt that we saw out of her on round 2 or this front 9, actually. You know, she just had a bit more pop, a little more height on it. Madison still zinging those good putts in here in this back 9. She'll take home a par here on the 4th. There's good course management on that
Struggling to grab her putter.
basket. Didn't want to give it up. You know, we saw the same thing out of Maria on this same basket just yesterday.
14 doesn't give it up easy. And yeah, the wind kind of protected in here, but you can just hear it roaring. It's definitely swirling around. I actually had a wind read later on this day. No joke, the grass blew 30 feet to my right over at Jay Yeti's face, and then back to me like a nice big tornado action. So this green was troublesome. Never seen the grass fly that much when I did a wind read. It was kind of crazy.
Paige Pierce with a double, K.Mertsch with a single, and Madison and Jennifer with the only pars.
While I do have a lot of different versions of the Thrasher in my bag, the main go-tos are those Thrashers that I got when I first joined the team. And that just tells you how consistent those stock runs are.
We saw hole 15 play as the second easiest hole on the day and only one of 2 holes to play under par in this wind. 550 foot par 4, this one has a right to left slope throughout. If you can get your drive to right around here, you're going to have a very manageable upshot, but if you don't beat that tree, it's going to be a little bit harder. The higher to the right side of the fairway you can push this one, the better footing you will have and the better angle. Going to need to come in with a right hand backhand hyzer most likely and try to nestle into circle 1.
Jennifer Allen up first here on hole 15.
This is
an ideal shot up on the high side and well around that tree. Probably another standstill upshot for her.
Yeah, Jennifer looking to position for the podium at this point, and this is going to be the easiest birdie left on the course, so she really needs to focus up on this approach, put it close.
Madison Walker also in a primo position on the high right side, as well as K.Mertsch. Paige Pierce having a rough back 9, 2 double bogeys and a single bogey, and only 2 pars, looking to get a birdie here. This is Mertsch's second shot. Very well done. She kept it low the entire time. Now she's got a 17-foot birdie putt. Look at the wind.
Look at that. Strong tailwind on this approach. Madison looks to read it well, but gonna be a hairy putt. Paige looks to be playing more of a hyzer shot the way she lines this one up, but it just gets smashed. It's hard to play a hyzer that moves a lot in a wind like this. You really got to try to play a straight shot if possible.
And Jennifer pushed that one way up in the air, really trusting that disability to hyzer quickly. She has the shortest putt for birdie of the group after the longest drive of the group. Paige Pierce from 60 for birdie.
Wind off the left shoulder, expects it to hold the putter, and it just doesn't quite do it.
Ooh, look at Madison. You said Harry. Harry was right.
Yeah, this rough out here at Pickard is very punishing. She's probably inside circle 1, but looks like she just has to pitch out.
Paige for par. It's a very good straddle putt.
Yeah, especially with that right to left wind gusting just around the corner of those bushes there.
Mertsch for her first birdie of the back nine.
Peekaboo.
Very well done. Jog it out, jog it out. Happy legs. Jennifer Allen for birdie. Oh, Jen. This is, I know I'm on repeat, but this is not the same putt we saw out of her on the front nine or on the previous days. I don't know if she's overthinking the podium finish too much or the wind, but I hate to see that one slip away from her.
Yeah, probably her shortest miss for the tournament so far. Oh, I don't know, hole 5 and hole 15. She doesn't like those 5 numbers. 3 chances left. Try to score some tough birdies.
Hole 16, it's a surprise factor hole. Off the tee, you can't see the basket. You got a spotter there on the right side giving you the green or red flag. I choose an overstable putt and approach. You could even choose an overstable mid. Really, whatever you think is going to get you the birdie is what you need to choose here. You do have out of bounds on the right side that wraps all the way around behind the basket and a little bit left by the bridge you can see. Absolutely love this shot coming into the finish of the round. Send it out there, trust it, hopefully get yourself a birdie putt.
Wind ripping off the left shoulder, gonna smash this disc out of the air.
And Mertsch will have about a 60-foot downhill putt for bird.
Jen takes out the AirPod, listening for the result of this one. She's hanging out. Within circle 1, gonna be obstructed though.
With her recent putting woes, I'm curious if she's going to have the confidence to go for that downhill putt with the OB behind.
Madison getting to the ground really early. Can she get all the ground play? And she does.
Look at that. That was so fun to watch. I love disc golf in the wind.
Paige kind of having a lot of split decisions all day, but once she makes the decision, she plays pretty quick. A bit inside with that zone shot there.
Yeah, Paige has landed short on the top of the hill. Not really a putt from here. She's just looking to get it to the chips, get herself a par, move on to the next one. That'll be a pretty easy par for Pierce. Mertsch for birdie from 45.
Yeah, a little undercommitted there, but didn't want to leak a dumb stroke.
Ooh, nice shot shaping out of Madison off the top band. She's just had so many close misses today. Jennifer Allen for birdie.
Another one off the top.
But Jennifer had more gusto on that one. You know, it didn't look timid like some of the previous putts.
Yeah, it came out nice and flat.
Affirmative. No one able to get a par here. I'm sorry, a birdie here on the 16th. But also no bogeys. So no harm done on this one.
Only 3 birdies on the back 9 so far for this card as we step up to the 17th. It's a par 3, 305 feet. Beautiful wooded shot with a new teeing area and some fresh bridges made for us to cross this little creek. Play some kind of hyzer shot that stands up throughout the flight and finishes gently left. If you can give yourself a circle 1 putt here, you're going to have a nice, very runnable uphill putt. It's a good hole to get and a fun one to throw.
K.Mertsch up first.
Actually played as the easiest hole on the course today as well, so let's see if we can get some birdies.
She hits the fairway. She's in the circle looking at a birdie putt. K.Mertsch trying to get a top 5 or top 10 finish.
Allen inside, but finds quite a bit of airspace. Ends up at circle's edge.
Jennifer Allen is looking to get a podium finish here. Madison Walker hits the fairway beautifully.
Ooh.
Look at this. Look at this.
2 more feet of height, we might have just seen an ace. I mean, that thing was on the perfect line to the basket. Heiser flip up. I believe that might be her Tour Series disc as well. Showing you guys how those things are flying. It's got a fun stamp on it, crab drummer.
Pierce hits the fairway.
Oh, just pushes the long side of the gap, but very attackable circle 1 putt there.
Jennifer unable to touch metal on her birdie attempt here on the 17th.
We had a chance for that diamond frame here, but Jennifer not the only one to mess it up.
And after having all the putting in the wind, you get up here in the woods with absolutely no wind for this putt. K.Mertsch with a birdie. Second birdie on the back 9.
Pierce takes par. Allen looking to do the same. Madison waiting to tap in her park job. What a line.
Madison's second birdie here of the back 9. Calvin with the full gallon of water.
Smart man.
Let's check out this finishing hole, a par 5, 905 feet. Off the tee, the shot is slightly uphill. You've got out of bounds on the left side. A lot of players are swinging their shot to the middle or more to the right side. Your second shot landing somewhere near that bush we just threw past. Third shot, probably a little short, low hyzer to about right here. Fourth shot into the green. Fifth shot, probably going to play for par. In winds like this and on the final day, it might be tough to see players push for a birdie. Let's see if anyone's got it in them. K.Mertsch up first. Using the wind to her advantage, going turnover, getting all the distance out of that drive. It's one of the longest drives I've seen of the weekend.
In mild winds, this hole plays difficult. With galing winds that we have today, it's a very tough birdie ask.
Madison pushing that one super left.
Jen, one of the players with the power to attack this hole. Great looking smash here. Whoa. Turning the cameraman. Encroaching on the group ahead.
Jennifer Allen with, I thought the other shot was the best shot I'd ever seen, but now it's Jennifer's shot.
Paige gets caught up in that line of trees in the center here.
Look at this. As if you didn't have enough wind throughout the round, now you get even more to finish it. A lot of players will push it to this right corner and
my gosh.
hyzer between the corner and the bush.
The disc is trying so hard to fade there. Is on left edge, but just not moving in this wind.
Madison keeping it low.
That's one way to deal with the wind.
Oh, that could hurt somebody.
Come on, Caddy, you're supposed to be first try ever try.
Hydro flask. Nobody's got a quick stick.
Cat plays this one a little bit high, but looks to be a very stable disc. Good choice.
Look how far Cat is past that corner bush. Man, that was an elite level tee shot.
She's got a real chance to birdie.
This is Jennifer Allen's drive. Some people's second shot end up there. Look at this aggressive play. No. What in the world?
A lot can happen on a shot like that in this much wind.
That is, I said in a couple rounds ago, if I had that much distance, I'd get myself into trouble. That's the kind of stuff I would be doing every round. Madison Walker taking a very aggressive route over that out-of-bounds corner, trusting her disc.
Big trust.
Incredible. Jennifer actually didn't end up in a bad spot.
She just blew like 200 feet right over towards hole 5's green. There is kind of a back door gap she's trying to pitch up to there. Let's see if she beat the bush line or if she's scrambling from it. Cat back to that J.
Oh no, it's not going. It's not going. I did the same thing with my Mako 3. I thought the wind would kite it right over there because that's the way the flags were blowing, and it didn't.
Paige looks like she kind of took that same read and barely gets it to move right. Looked to be a putter there, so just held enough.
Madison Walker has kept it inbounds the entire time with some nice controlled low shots. And now she has a 20-foot putt to finish out the round.
So Jennifer fought through that bush to the left side. That's very fortunate.
Yes, it is.
Hands up. Thought she might have cashed it into that headwind. This is exposed. But sits close.
Yes, it does.
A little scary.
It was. I was scared. Solid par putt in front of the crowd for Paige Pierce. Bit of a rough back 9 for her.
We mentioned how difficult hole 18 was. It saw no birdies days 2 and 3, and it only saw 3 birdies day 1 in the calm conditions, so very difficult finisher here. A lot of drama.
Madison Walker will walk away with a par, and K.Mertsch with a bogey, and Jennifer Allen with a par here on the 18th.
Yeah, she stayed under par for the round. Only player on the card to do so, even with her even back 9. Opened up with that strong turkey, was looking great, and the wind just kind of wears you down on a day like today.
But she was able to coast all the way to a podium finish, ending up in 3rd place, tied with Stacy Ronsley and Macy Vela-Diaz. But take a look at the winner, Miss Kristen Tatar.
17 down. Look at Ella Hansen at 9th at 1 down. That is a big spread, Holly.
Yeah, what an incredible weekend here in Des Moines. I had so much fun. I love this event. I've been playing it for 10 years. If you ever get the chance to come out and spectate, please do so, or come and play this course. It's so much fun. It's the best carpet grass on tour. This is one of my new top 5 courses on tour.
I get hives from everything that's green throughout the United States, but I can lay in this grass. It is magical, and Pickard Park is, dare I say it, a destination course at this point. It is picture perfect for disc golf.
515 Disc Golf. You guys do it right.